Welcome to Wander Realms, a place where we journey beyond borders, beyond the ordinary, and into the most breathtaking corners of our planet. In this episode, we invite you to experience a land that defies imagination. A land sculpted by time, silence, and stars. This is Namibia. Imagine a place where the earth wears its age like a crown, where burnt orange dunes rise like frozen waves under skies that never end. Where silence is so deep, it becomes a sound of its own. That's Namibia. Tucked along the southwest edge of Africa, Namibia is one of the last true frontiers on Earth. Twice the size of Germany, yet home to fewer than 3 million people. It's vast, wild, and hauntingly beautiful. Our journey begins in the oldest desert on the planet, the Namib. Here, time has moved like wind over sand for more than 50 million years. In the heart of this desert lies Sossusvlei, a salt and clay pan surrounded by towering dunes that burn crimson in the morning sun. Dune 45 is the most iconic, a sharp ridge of sand that glows like embers at dawn. Further still, Big Daddy rises even higher, overlooking a dreamscape that looks painted by giants. Walk here barefoot at sunrise, and you'll feel it, the hush of eternity. Each grain of sand has witnessed more than we ever will. At the base of the dunes, oryx antelope move like shadows, horns curved like poetry, eyes wide with desert wisdom. These creatures are masters of survival, carving out life from nothing but dust and fog. Speaking of fog, this desert drinks its life not from rain, but from the ocean. The cool Benguela current pulls moist air inland, cloaking the dunes in early morning mist. Beetles tilt their backs to collect droplets. Tiny lizards do a dance on the hot sand to avoid burning their feet. Even the wind moves with purpose here. And then, just when you think the desert can't surprise you again, you arrive at Dedvlei, an ancient pan of cracked white clay, scattered with the blackened skeletons of 600-year-old camelthorn trees. They've been dead for centuries, but they refuse to rot. The air is too dry. They stand like statues, perfectly preserved in stillness. Silence here isn't empty, it's sacred, but Namibia's wonders don't end in the sand. Travel just beyond the dunes, and you'll find Namib Rand Nature Reserve, one of the darkest places on Earth. At night, the sky here explodes into galaxies. Thousands upon thousands of stars spill across the black, so bright they cast shadows on the ground. You've never seen the Milky Way like this. You've never heard silence so complete. This is where the stars tell stories and time slows to the rhythm of your breath. In 2025, Namib Rand became Africa's first officially protected wilderness quiet park. Here, even silence is a natural treasure. No traffic, no noise, just the sound of your heartbeat and the universe above. Now let's shift gears, travel north, and the desert gives way to the endless white of Etosha National Park. Its name means Great White Place in the Ovambo language, and when you see it, you'll understand why. Etosha is built around a massive salt pan so bright, so wide, it looks like a dried-up sea under a bleached sky. But around this salt pan, life thrives. Elephants coated in chalky dust trudge toward waterholes. Giraffes approach in elegant slow motion. Lions crouch low in golden grass. And the black rhino, one of the rarest animals on Earth, still roams free here, protected by a country that takes conservation seriously. Namibia was the first African nation to write environmental protection into its constitution. Almost half of its land is under some form of conservation. Local communities help manage wildlife and share in the benefits of ecotourism. It's not just scenery, it's a model for how we can live with nature, not against it. In Etosha, you don't chase animals across endless plains. You park near a waterhole, you wait, and nature comes to you. It's calm, it's intimate, and it's unforgettable. Head west again, and you enter a land of rock and time, Damaraland. Think basalt mountains, open savanna, and herds of desert-adapted elephants marching across the valley floor. These elephants travel incredible distances, sometimes over 70 kilometers in a single day, to find water. They're leaner, longer-legged, and tougher than any elephant you've seen before. But Damaraland holds more than wildlife. It holds memory. At Twyfelfontein, you'll find over 2,000 ancient rock engravings etched into the stone by sand hunter-gatherers 6,000 years ago. Giraffes, rhinos, human footprints, these aren't just carvings, they're stories, whispers from a time before time. Further west lies the Skeleton Coast, one of the most haunting places on the planet. Where the desert meets the sea, fog rolls in thick and heavy. Shipwrecks lie half buried in the sand. Seals bark in their thousands at Cape Cross, a noisy, chaotic colony of over 200,000 fur seals. The air is heavy with salt, and something else, the smell of life clinging to the edge of nowhere. But it's not a dead place. Oryx appear from nowhere. Desert lions, adapted to this strange, coastal world, stalk the dunes. This land is harsh, but never empty. Then, as if summoned from another world, you find Swakopmund, a seaside town with German architecture, fresh apple strudel, and adrenaline in the air. Skydivers tumble from planes over golden dunes. Sandboarders carve ridges like surfers. Kayaks skim the waves beside dolphins. It's a strange, joyful contrast to the silence of the desert. Keep moving south, and you'll discover the ghost town of Kolmanskop. Once a booming diamond settlement, it now lies half buried by sand. Ballrooms filled with drifting dunes, cracked wallpaper, sunlight piercing broken windows like stage lights in a theater of decay. It feels like walking through a dream, a reminder that nothing, not even wealth, can conquer time. Even further south, near Keetmanshoop, you'll find forests of quiver trees. Their silver bark glows at sunset. Their branches twist toward the stars. Sand hunters once used these branches to make arrows. Today, photographers come here for another kind of shot, one that captures the quiet poetry of trees silhouetted against the galaxy. And just when you think Namibia has shown you every face it wears, it reveals one more. In the far northeast, the land transforms. Green, lush, alive with rivers. This is the Zambezi region, formerly the Caprivi Strip. Here 4 mighty rivers flow, the Zambezi, Kwando, Chobe, and Kavango. Hippos grunt in the water. Crocodiles slide between reeds, and over 450 species of birds light up the skies. This region is part of the world's largest transfrontier conservation area, spanning 5 countries and allowing animals to roam freely across borders. Communities here run their own lodges, guiding guests through floodplains and forests with a pride that goes deeper than tourism. It's about heritage and hope. Namibia's heart doesn't just beat in its landscapes, it lives in its people. The Himba of the north, their skin glowing with ochre and earth. The San, whose ancient language still dances with clicks and rhythm older than empire. The Nama, whose music echoes through every drumbeat and every story told around a fire. These cultures aren't displays. They're living, evolving voices in a country where tradition and progress walk side by side. When you visit with respect, you don't just see a different way of life. You see yourself reflected in the common thread of humanity, and maybe that's what Namibia really teaches us, that we are small, that the earth is old, that beauty is resilience, and silence can be sacred. In a world moving faster every day, Namibia invites you to slow down, to watch, to listen, to breathe. So if this journey lit something in you, if the wide skies and quiet deserts stirred a feeling you can't quite name, subscribe to Wander Realms. There are more places waiting, more stories to tell. Share this film with someone who needs space to dream. And in the comments, let us know which wonder of Namibia spoke to your soul, because the world is vast. But wonder is always within reach. Thank you for traveling with us. Until next time, stay curious, stay gentle, and keep exploring.